Hello, my name is Ehsanullah and my student ID is 2017-3083. My assessment descriptions are that there is a company who's providing online banking services. So what's happened? They have reported a suspected cyber attack on their network. So here I am a cyber forensic investigator and I have been assigned this case in order to investigate it. Now let's go to the executive summary. In response to a suspected cyber attack on a company's online banking services, this investigation was undertaken to assure the nature and extent of the breach. Now, what are the initial observations? Actually, the initial observation, they have revealed that there is an abnormal server behavior and unresponsiveness that prompted a deeper examination. The investigation unveiled that unauthorized network access had occurred and a hacker aimed to compromise customer financial data. The attack type appears consistent with a targeted intrusion utilizing sophisticated methods to exploit vulnerabilities. Now, let's go to the introduction. The company's IT department detected an abnormal server for performance and system unresponsiveness. So, what they thought? They thought that there is a security breach. The investigation's scope encompasses an in-depth examination of the compromised systems, focusing on identifying the attack type, potential vulnerabilities exploited, and the extent of data compromised. Now, in this report, it will actually outline the steps taken during this investigation. So, these steps will be from initial evidence collection and analysis to the identification of attack vectors and potential data exfiltration. The challenges encountered in deciphering complex attack traces and attributing motives that will be discussed. Now let's go to the next slide. Let's collect the evidence and analyze it. The forensic examination yielded critical insights into the suspected cyber attacks mechanics and impact. Now, what are the findings? The findings that are preliminary, it revealed signs of unauthorized access and anomalous user activity. Through memory and disk forensic, traces of malware, command and control communication, and potential data exfiltration were identified. If we look further, so the challenges encountered actually include deciphering of obfuscated attack techniques, potential encryption of exfiltrated data, and the complex web of interconnected systems facilitating the attack's propagation. By aggregating evidence, a coherent picture of the cyber attack emerged. Identification of attack vectors, determination of attack behavior, and the identification of potential weaknesses in the network defenses form the crux of the analysis. Now let's go to the findings. The attacker employed advanced intrusion technique for what? Actually to gain unauthorized access to the company's network, utilizing targeted malware to exploit vulnerabilities in the system. Now, what is the primary objective of the attacker? The attacker's primary objective appeared to be the theft of the customer financial data, evident from the traces of data exfiltration observed during analysis. And this allowed them to establish a foothold and move literally within the network. Further findings showed that the attacker used sophisticated evasion tactics to obfuscate their presence, making it challenging to detect their activities. Now, based on these findings, what is the conclusion? It is concluded that the company was indeed subjected to a targeted cyber attack with the intent of stealing sensitive customer financial data. Now look at the conclusion. The conclusion, let me open the slide of the conclusion. Yeah, it's here. The observed data exploitation patterns, coupled with the attacker's clean focus on compromising customer financial data, affirm the breach's primary objective. The attackers' persistent and manipulation of lateral movement pathways within the network, aligned with the characteristic of an advanced persistent threat, indicate that a prolonged and strategic effort actually indicate a prolonged and strategic effort to infiltrate the company's defenses. The attacker proficiency in employing injection techniques and obfuscation mechanism highlights their expertise, likely derived from an in-depth understanding of cybersecurity principles and vulnerabilities. The absence of random opportunistic actions strengthen the hypothesis of a targeted attack orchestrated by a skilled adversary. Now, what are the recommendations? What should we do in future to stop this kind of attacks? If we go for like enhanced threat detection and prevention, regular system patching and updates, multi-factor authentication, incident response planning, and data encryption, regular penetration testing, multi-factor authentication, incident response plan, and employee training so we can reduce these kind of attacks in the future. Thank you for watching. If there is any question or query, please let me know. Thank you and thanks a lot.